Ooh, you are live.
Go ahead.
Miss Donna is the first one to click the thumbs up. Thank you, Miss Donna. I knew you'd be here. All right. Just trying to give it a few seconds for anybody else that's coming on. I don't want anybody to get behind.
I'm just seeing what all.
And Miss Donna made sure to let us know she was the first one here. We appreciate it.
Yes. Looking.
They're going in and out.
Yeah.
We're just giving it a few seconds. All right, guys. So we're doing another live. We usually post our video on Sunday, and Zoe wanted to try to do a live tonight to see. Hey, Pamela. Just to see about our timing, see if we. A lot of people were sending messages saying they missed the live. They got to watch it, but they didn't get to ask their questions and things like that. So if y'all got anything, please let us know.
Also, we had several new people join us in the last 24 hours, so we wanted to kind of give you guys an opportunity to come and see who we are and what we're about.
Hey, Tennessee Mountain Man and Miss Sam, I don't want to mispronounce your last name.
I'm going to say Kais.
Kais?
He's Jim.
Did we do that right? All right. Well, so we're now going to know you as Jim. And I didn't know he was in Chattanooga.
Yeah, we talked about that because that's where Renee's.
Did we? Okay. Did we already do that?
We did.
Yes, my stepmom is from the Chattanooga area, yeah. Ooltewah. I do think we I remember talking about that one time. Miss Sam is from Cog Hill. Did you pick up recently because of the cookie conversation? We had a lot of people join us that are from the Cog Squad that may be new to our channel because of their live last night talking about Zoe. Zoe does a homemade version of oatmeal cream pies, and she also does a homemade version of fudge rounds that have just caught on like wildfire around here, and she has been shipping them all over the place. You sent some to Texas?
I have.
To Miss Terry?
Yes. So, I have made about 150 of them.
Something like that.
In the last 2 weeks.
So y'all be watching for that. We're going to try to get one over to Jason and let him try one. Maybe he'll do it on a live or on his podcast or something. We'll let him try it. But if you're joining us, make sure to hit that like button. Miss Donna let us know that she was definitely the first one to do it.
Yeah.
Autumn Hicks, first time. We appreciate you joining us, and we hope that you'll enjoy the videos, but we hope we get better at it too. I don't want to disappoint anybody that's been watching like Jason Smith kind of videos and think, God, your videos suck. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
I don't want anybody to be disappointed.
Well, Miss Pam, if you need some, let me know, and I'll be happy to ship you some. They have held up well in shipping.
They did ship. They shipped well to Texas, so you can messenger on the Facebook page. That's usually the best way to reach Zoe, and she's been shipping out orders.
Yeah.
But this is not a sales pitch for cookies. I just know there's a lot of people that may have joined after hearing that live from Jason and Brooke, and they have been outstanding friends to us and trying to help us get started. It was Brooke's idea for Zoe to start a YouTube channel for the farm. So we really appreciate those guys, and they're trying to help us grow, and you don't know how valuable that is to us, especially from somebody like Cog Hill that has so many followers and so many people that love them and make sure that they are constantly, they watch everything they do. And
well, they're just good people.
They are. They've been really good friends to us when we try to return the favor. So, and
I like to feed people.
Yeah, Zoe likes to feed people, and Jason appreciates the treats. So that's a good thing.
Don't let them be fooled though. They try to eat healthy, but they like the treats.
I think Brooke does a little better with it than
Jason.
Jason will sneak some. But for y'all that are joining us new from that, we appreciate it and we're glad to have you.
If you guys have any questions for us, just send them. We're gonna read through them as we go and kind of touch on everything that everybody has. That's why we wanted to come on today and just talk to you guys.
So she watches Cog Hill, the Morrows, and Arms Family, and now us. That's a pretty great group to be in.
Yeah.
So we appreciate you being here. Don't be disappointed with the videos. Give me time to learn what I'm doing. We've been doing it about a year now.
Yeah.
So we used to call people like
you have to read that.
She said Grandma used to call people like Cog Hill salt of the earth people, and that is exactly right.
Right.
That's they are as good as they come.
Mm-hmm. And just genuine.
So I promised on our last live, and unless we get some other questions and I just break off of it, is to kind of tell you how we happened. And we are not shy about our faith, and we are following what we think God's plan is for us, and trying to be good stewards. So
we're not in your face.
No,
we're not here to throw Bible verses at you. We're not that.
It isn't our logo, but
that's not the kind of people we are. But we do stand firm in what we believe and
I believe
what the Lord's plan is for us.
I believe anybody that's farming has got to be you got to have faith if you're dealing with farming.
Yeah,
y'all thought about doing Pepper Place in Birmingham to offer desserts and others for purchase. We thought about doing some markets. Some of them are a little harder to get into than others, so that's probably something that we're going to approach starting next spring.
Yes, I think 2023 we really want to hit more markets. Harder. Hard period, because we haven't done any. I really want to be able to get out and meet people and form relationships and sell baked goods.
Now, granted, YouTube is everywhere, but we try to be out in our community and relate to people close by. Pawpaw's Kitchen from Texas. We got a lot of people from Texas. That's awesome. I love that.
Autumn said that, speaking of faith, she also watches Seven Ranch. I promise I do work another housework also.
So, Autumn, I have to tell you that we used to watch a lot of YouTube channels. It was that we didn't watch regular TV. We were always watching someone on YouTube and started following these families, and you get to know them and their kids and their
you're
lives.
Watching them day to day.
And that was what was most nerve-wracking about doing a YouTube channel. When Brooke mentioned it, it's like, hey, we've always been kind of private people and didn't know exactly what we were doing or why would anybody be interested in watching what we're doing, So that's after you start doing it, we spend so much time at the farm and trying to go through kids' sports and school, and I still work off the farm, so you run out of time, and when we take our content and we're trying to edit it and make it better and make it something that somebody actually wants to watch, we've actually lost time. Sometimes we may have to watch 4 or 5 Cog Hill videos to get caught up on what they're
That's right.
doing.
Yeah.
Or she mentioned Daniel. I think we stay caught up on most of them pretty well, but there's a lot of these channels that we used to watch a lot that we just can't get to anymore. And I really hate
When
that,
we
but
do, we
I
binge
understand
watch to catch up.
I understand that you watch it a lot, but you do have time for other things. We've just trying to do our own. When you start doing your own YouTube, you kind of lose track of everybody else. And
Well, like today, it's Sunday, and
yeah,
we're doing a live, and we'll put out a video tomorrow.
yeah. So I'll go back to editing after we do the live. But the only time the TV is on to make the Homesteader channels clear.
Yeah, that's right. I have a cousin trying to get a YouTube channel started for his farm here in Northeast Arkansas. The only way to do it is to do it.
Just do it.
Our very first video was like
a slideshow.
It was a slideshow.
And
that
I
was
saw
3
Megan.
minutes long.
I saw Megan on here.
Oh, yeah.
The Phoenix Gallery by Megan. She's on here. She actually came out and took
professional photos
of us processing chickens,
for the first time.
It was our first time, and
Yeah.
we made a slideshow with music and didn't speak a word. We
did
put
not.
some subtitles.
And we were so
in.
nervous when we published. We're like, oh gosh, here we go. We're about to put this out there.
Yes, and it's
our first 3 videos were 3 to 4 minutes long.
Yeah. So if you have somebody trying to do it, I have to remind myself that when I'm out there just doing chores, or Zoe's just doing chores, and hey, let's just get through it and we'll video something else, is people miss seeing the animals. Right. And then they send us questions like, hey, what's happening with the goats? What's happening with the pigs? And if we skip that part, and I'm thinking it's boring, I'm just doing chores, I'm just feeding and watering and cleaning out waters, cleaning out troughs, whatever. Mackenzie's moving chickens and we don't video that part, then we think, that's just, trying to skip the boring stuff. But then people ask.
Yeah.
So you try to do a video somebody actually wants to watch, but you don't want to skip something where somebody's having to ask you, hey, I missed the goats today.
Right.
I'm editing now. They said men can't multitask.
We're uploading videos. That's while we're live.
I have my phone trying to transfer stuff, and if we weren't using the laptop for this, I would probably be editing. So, Papa's Kitchen, if that's a channel I may have to check out, I need to see that because Zoe does some kitchen videos. We don't do a lot of them because we try to base things on what our audience wants to see, and those haven't done the best.
There's a few people that enjoy them, and I hope to do those periodically, but we don't get many views with them. And right now, at the stage we're at with our YouTube channel, we need the hours.
We need to focus on what the people that are watching us want to see.
Yeah.
And if they want to see more of the animals and more of the actual farm part and what we're doing with gardens and our forest management and things like that, then that's what we have to stick with. And Zoe's cooking up a storm all the time. We just don't video it a lot because that hasn't been something that performed very well. And for the folks that like to watch that, I hate that we're leaving it out.
Yeah.
And we're still going to keep putting that in there some. It's not something that we focused on.
It might be a midweek extra.
You may just need your own channel.
Well, we need to grow this one first.
We may do a Cooking with Zoe channel. But
Autumn, it took us a long time to get to 400.
I'm going to tell you what, if it was not for Cog Hill and you guys coming, this comment screen is full of Cog Squad. It is the way it is. And if it was not for you guys, we wouldn't be where we are yet. And that's just, it grows so slow just because people don't know you're out there yet. And there's 50,000 farming channels.
Yeah.
you know, and there's some of them that only make a video that's 1 or 2 minutes long, and they have a little trouble growing. We're trying to do longer videos and do better videos, but oh gosh, please be patient because we'll get better at it. But I don't want you thinking, oh, these videos suck, I'm out of here.
We're good people.
Try to be. But we were talking about that we're doing this by faith. So
that's right.
I will give you a little background, and especially since we have some newer people, and we've got a video on there, and I've noticed that a lot are watching that. Why we do it, why we do what we do. There's a lot of the new people have been watching that one and commenting on it, but we were starting a farm just for ourselves. We were going to grow meat chickens just for ourselves. That was to raise our kids in that lifestyle. It had nothing to do with YouTube. It was not on Facebook. Our farm had a name just because if you were in Papa's Kitchen was in Broken Arrow, so I hope that we met, but I lost track of some of the. We got a list of the emails, but it didn't always include the name of the channel. So a lot of those contacts, I don't remember the names of the channels, and I thought that was going to be part of the list. So shoot me a message so that I'll remember if we met or not. Because if you were there, I tried to meet everybody there, of course, but those of us out here, we want to see everything. Sean at
he does have a cooking channel.
I knew he had one. I've not watched it yet, but I know that he's got one.
Yeah.
But she said those of us out here, we want to see everything. So.
And that's what I tell you all the time. I tell him all the time, y'all, we're going to film everything.
Yeah.
And then we can edit a little bit. But people want to see this. You know, we're just used to it every day, so we see the same thing every day.
Yeah, and I think that just running through the chores is boring, but we had the message from the lady, and she lives in a high-rise in London, England. Mm-hmm. And that's what she enjoyed the most is seeing the feeding and watering animals. She wants to see the animals every day. Mm-hmm. So Pamela is also interested in the cooking episodes. So you're going to have to start doing.
Hey, Pamela.
We may just have to do 2 videos a week. We'll do 1 farm video and 1 cooking video. How's that?
Pamela, I have these sitting beside me so I can take a bite when I get hungry. These will probably be my next cooking adventure on here because these are your cheese straws that I have turned into crackers. And they are delicious.
And they ship well too.
They do ship well.
We've shipped those to
I've sent these a lot. And it's
several places.
Cheese straw dough that we'll make, and yeah. So that's
well, that may be something that we have to look into since we're getting a lot of comments about that. Is maybe we'll keep our 1 farm video and let Zoe do a cooking video a week, something like that. Pumpkin whoopie pie.
Bye, Joel. Cookie. Joel's leaving. He's got to get ready for an early morning trip.
Thanks, Joel. The pumpkin whoopie pie type cookies are a hit. She put one out there on our Facebook page about pumpkin spice or something. I think we talked about it on the last live, but the ones that she's been making are just oatmeal and the fudge rounds, and then you did some chocolate chip ones.
Chocolate chip.
So I guess we'll have to get Jason all of those.
And I've done a bunch of cakes. And I've veered into a gluten-free cake.
We talked about that in the last live. You had done 3 cakes this week, but you've done one since then.
Yes.
There was a gluten-free cookie, like 10-layer.
Yeah, it was like large chocolate chip cookies that were gluten-free with icing in between, and it was stacked about that high for a gluten-free chocolate chocolate loving woman's birthday.
She'll do special orders, but I don't want it to. I don't want it to be a bacon commercial.
No, yeah.
I
Sorry.
mean, sorry, I know. I just driver from Northwest Georgia and Flagstaff, Arizona.
Teresa White's. You think? White's?
Another one here because of Cog Hill.
That's
That
right,
they
yeah.
have.
Yeah.
They have turned people on. My parents, my dad and stepmom were in Arizona yesterday. Somewhere. They're on like a 4-week trip out west, headed all up through to Montana. Over. I think they're going all the way to Montana, but they were actually in Arizona yesterday, Teresa. Hearing Jason from Cog Hill talk about Zoe's big oatmeal cookies was fun. It was funny. He said it was like an oversized Little Debbie oatmeal cream pie. That is exactly what it is. Jim, if you will look on the Facebook page, there's Zoe posted pictures of them. They're a homemade oatmeal cream pie, but they're like twice the size.
They are. Yeah.
Yeah, so they are pretty massive.
Yeah. Miss Donna, anything that I can bake that is not perishable, would that be the word?
Yeah.
Uses, like cream cheese or
something
that would spoil.
It can't have any ingredients like that in it. A lot of the stuff can't have dairy in it.
Yeah. But Miss Donna, you can check out our Facebook page. That's where I post lots of stuff all the time. That's where I kind of keep our ordering and things through there.
Yeah, because it's hard to put it on the YouTube community thing. So that's all part of our farm's Facebook page. Mm-hmm. But you can always keep up with stuff like that on there.
Yeah. Or if there's any ideas people have. I had Miss Terry asked for some.
Yeah, the monster cookies were her idea. Yeah. Zoe made them and shipped them to her.
Yeah.
It's still a baking commercial.
It is. Sorry.
I'm sorry. But I'm not going.
I love.
Look, bake. I'll have a subject that just in case somebody's not asking a question or anything, I'll have something planned out for us to at least talk about, and then it veers off, and I like it that way better. I like when people are asking questions and making comments, letting us know what they want to see and what they want to hear about. What was she saying about the other farmers?
Okay.
Go back.
Teresa White's like the color. She said she had she knows lots of farmers, but knew very little.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
I saw I'm trying not to miss anything over there. Well, I'm definitely not a how-to channel because most of it I'm probably doing wrong. We make plenty of mistakes and we learn from them, and
it's not a how-to, it's a how we do.
Yeah. We're just going to do it the way we do it, and we learn from other channels, other farms, and we may be doing something one way this year and change how we do it after that. I'll get him.
Oh, okay.
Get Cassie. Okay. Yeah. Cassie's on there.
Hey, Cassie. Hey, Gary.
She really needed to help him with that fly trap. Come here, bud.
Oh, yeah. Cassie, you really needed to help Gary with the fly trap because he was really struggling to get it wrapped around that barrel. I was just waiting for it to fall on him. I kept telling Nick, if I could just reach through the screen and just help him wrap that barrel or hold it for him. Oh, goodness. I came over because Pig Valve says, I came over because of Jason Smith, and I'm usually pretty quick to unsubscribe if I don't like the channel. So far, I've enjoyed you folks rambling on. Keep it up. Well, thank you, because we are good at rambling. It says Bengals.
What does that mean?
That's football. This is Chance with me. There we go. We can ramble. Nick and I usually ramble a lot at home by ourselves, so it's nice to be able to have somebody else to ramble too. That would have made for a funny episode if he had gotten stuck in that fly trap. I kept looking at it. I was like, look at all the flies in the fly trap. Come to find out it was just printed on the paper. I was like, man, that's working, and he ain't even done yet. Cassie said that she was hoping that it had got stuck on him. I told her I wanted just to reach through the screen and help wrap it around him.
What?
Woo! The Bengals are playing. She said it's 17-17 with 10 seconds left.
I want to know if he edited. See, we were just talking about having to catch up with our favorite channels when we can. I want to know if he edited that or if he really had that much patience, because I would have had to cut out the part where I beat that barrel out of that tree with an axe handle.
Yeah.
But he looked so patient wrapping that stuff, and like when it was getting hung up, he just kept going. So, Cassie, I've got to know. I came over because of Jason Smith and usually pretty quick to unsubscribe if I don't like the channel.
I just told her that we
Oh, thanks.
Well, I just said that we're pretty good at rambling, and it's nice to have somebody to ramble to.
Keep rambling on.
Yeah.
Go Cowboys.
Oh goodness. We thought we liked you.
Well, I don't dislike the Cowboys. And Walter, I've got a buddy that's a huge Cowboys fan. He's finding it difficult to stick with them right now. So I didn't realize you were a Cowboys fan, but I'll pull for it just for you. Be in Carson City in the morning, reload them back to Georgia Wednesday night.
Drive team with my husband. I listen while I drive. That's pretty awesome.
There is no way we could spend all our time in a truck together.
No. Mm-mm.
No.
Mm-mm. But I love you.
She said he's got pretty good patience. I'm gonna tell you, if y'all did not watch that video, watch the last. It was the last one, wasn't it?
It was.
Watch the last video.
It wasn't the Walker.
No, it's catching up with the Walkers.
Right. Mm-hmm.
He made the world's biggest fly trap.
He did.
And it is. I'm not going to tell you what it was because I was waiting to see what he was doing with it.
I know.
But watching him set that up, and I'm thinking, why didn't he have Cassie helping him with that?
That's right.
But that was so funny. I'm telling you, I enjoyed that. That was the highlight of me catching up on YouTube today. Was that fly trap?
That's right.
Getting stuck in a fly trap might go viral.
Yep.
I don't look. We used that same paper that he was using, and it works really well until we had a duck get wrapped up in it. I don't know if a storm blew it off or what, but
I know. I think it blew it off, and then she was trying to get the flies off of it.
She was trying to get the bugs off, and it ended up on the duck, and it took forever. Number one, to get it off of her.
Cowboys win, field goal with no time left.
Absolutely.
Can we still be friends? I've loved them since a child, and they have disappointed me most of my life. Oh, Lord.
Absolutely.
That's dedication.
But like I said, I'm not anti-Cowboys. I don't.
I mean, I like their uniforms.
I'm not really an NFL fan. Look, we're from Alabama, Cassie, so we're SEC fans. But I'm not really a big NFL fan, but I got nothing against the Cowboys. I've just got a buddy that's having trouble with it right now.
Jim, that was on Catching Up with the Walkers.
Catching Up with the Walkers,
which is
their other channel.
Walker Farm Fam's second channel.
And look, he didn't get tangled up in it. He was just, I couldn't believe his patience with getting it built.
I was waiting for something.
I'm telling you, I would have gotten a stick and just beat that barrel out of the tree. There's no way. And of course, I would have had to edit it out, and it would have looked like I was patiently doing it, but no, it wouldn't have worked out. Oh, no, that's not a Bengals shirt. No, that is Clanton.
That's our football.
That's my team that I coach. So no, we're good. I'm not a Bengals fan either. That's Clanton Tigers. We're in Chilton County, Alabama. So I'm stuck wearing orange and blue, although I'm a huge Crimson Tide fan.
Yeah, they kind of clash.
That's where that came from. She thought I had a Bengals shirt on. Nope, that's just Clanton. It doesn't count.
It don't.
What else did I miss? You gotta keep talking, Zoe, because I'm keeping up with comments. I don't want to miss anybody.
Well,
So-
we were talking about where we got started. And
Yeah.
the farm that we have is 40 acres, and before we ever met, you have always wanted to have cows.
Yeah.
You
That
know?
was my plan with the farm, was just cows, but I was also traditional farming, just gonna fence it all and put what I could sustain on 40 acres and let them go. And we started researching things and found out about regenerative farming and the rotational grazing, and we've started to focus on that. And not only has it been better for the animals, but it's been huge in rebuilding our pastures. So
Yes.
yeah, we had a farm name. We had no ideas of getting on YouTube or anything like that. We didn't have the farm on Facebook, anything like that. And you've heard the story that we saw an ad for a goose.
Right.
And answered the ad, and it was Brooke with Cog Hill.
Mm-hmm.
And we had gotten into YouTube watching Daniel because of goats.
Mm-hmm.
I was just kind of following how he raises goats.
Because we were preparing to get goats.
And that led us to Dutch. And Dutch visited Cog Hill. And then we found out, hey, there's somebody locally doing it. Well, we go to buy this goose, and there we are.
Mm-hmm.
So Zoe's talking to Brooke, and she's mentioning, hey, y'all should really start a channel, take time to build it. And it's gradually, that friendship has grown into us having a channel and being able to do other things. And it came down to when they bought the new farm, that was on my route to work. Now theirs was also 40 acres.
Mm-hmm.
And we even have the same initials for our farm. And that was just, I'm like, that's, maybe we should try to do it. What? I worked at a grocery store in high school, and they had rat sticky traps. I had to drag it around after that.
She said, then once I got it off, my shoe was so sticky, every piece of dirt in the store stuck to me. It's like stepping on.
That is a Zoe.
I can see it's like stepping on chicken poop and then walking around in dirt, and it's like caked on, and you feel it stuck.
That is a Zoe thing to do. Cassie, you have Zoe stories.
You do.
Because that is definitely something that would have happened to Zoe.
Yes. Yeah. I would be one had my dress tucked in my underwear or something, walking through the store, or toilet paper hanging out of my.
Yeah.
Hey, Wolfpack.
Did I miss something from Wolfpack's always here, so I don't want to miss anything.
I always stick. Yes, we step in so much poop.
Well, that's just part of it.
It is. We try to keep a pair of shoes by the door, and
especially having layers here at the house. All of our layers are here at our house. They're not at the farm, so at least I have a fence that warns me where it's going to start at the farm. Here, it's just
wherever.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
And
it's here. It's in the neighbor's yard. It's in the other neighbor's yard, and
well, they don't care.
They don't.
But when I leave for work, it's before daylight, so there's no telling how much I'm taking with me.
That's right. We just leave a little everywhere we go.
It's just part of it.
It is.
Was feeding the pack.
Wolfpack, how many dogs do you have? I'm curious to see. We have Bandit, and Bandit's a lot by himself. I couldn't imagine multiples of Bandit.
Yeah, most of them probably know Bandit. Bandit's the Australian Shepherd that wants to herd everything, even if it's still inside the fence. He runs constantly around the fence just to make sure they don't get out of it.
So they run from one side of the fence and they run back to the other side and then they go back to the other side.
And then we have Heidi, and Heidi's kind of the boss of the farm.
Oh, Lord, 33. Oh, my gosh. Bless you. Bless you.
Yeah, Heidi's our Pyrenees. She stays at the farm all the time. She meets us at the gate. And I tell you what, we have not had any predator issues since she's been there. So she's doing an outstanding job. I hope I get a video one day of her after a predator. I see that on Hidden Heights, and I want to get that.
Yeah. I love the Aussies. They're beautiful. He sheds a lot, and that's kind of the only pet peeve we have with it.
He's super hyper.
Yeah, we have to make sure we take him. I try to take him out to the farm every morning when we go so he can run, and then he'll come home and he crashes. But he was born in December.
Yeah.
So he's, not quite a year old yet.
He's still a puppy.
So he's still just a baby. We just have Heidi as a guard dog, really.
She came from another farm that they were not going to be able to keep her. They were moving because of work, and we really lucked out because she's outstanding dogs. Her bark, you can barely hear. Are all Pyrenees that way? I don't know if somebody else. She's the first one I've had. We had an Anatolian Shepherd Pyrenees mix, and when he barked, he was loud because he was huge.
Yeah,
but she has got the quietest bark, but she is constantly patrolling that farm.
She works constantly. You can see her running all over.
I'd have 20 dogs, but Gary won't let me. Everyone should go comment on our videos, Cassie. I will go comment Cassie needs more dogs. But the problem is that when you were giving away your quail, you said you had too many animals. So are you going to get rid of something else to make room for dogs?
I kind of would like to do.
Hey, I'm glad Pawpaw's Kitchen says he's got to run, but he's already a fan, and I'm glad of it.
Yeah, we're gonna check you out.
Our live seems to go better than our videos because I can't edit it, so you're seeing everything raw. Maybe I need to stop editing so much. Dogs and chickens don't count. Well, see, Zoe has figured out that chickens don't count because, Cassie, we started out with 10. They all had names. They have little name signs on the front of the coop.
We had Rue Hefner and his play hens.
Yes.
And they have a sign with every hen's name, Rue's name at the top. Well, Rue became a jerk.
Yeah.
Rue had to go.
But my first rooster was named Rue Hefner. But then Zoe decided that, hey, 10 are not so bad to take care of. We should get a few more layers.
We need 30 more.
And now we have about 60 layers here.
Then the next year we needed 25 more.
Yeah.
So, yes, we have about 60 plus the few that I hatched myself. Miss Pam said...
Chicken math. No, that's absolutely right.
I miss my service dog, Yellow Lab, but I have tons of dogs. Oh, I'd have tons of dogs.
Chicken math is real.
Oh, it's very real.
Because feeding 20 is not that different than feeding 10. It's really not. Especially when you free range like we do. So you don't really notice it. Mm-mm. And seriously, there is a difference in feed with 60 of them, but they're still free ranging. So we give them X amount and they do the rest. If you have chickens, they're always hungry anyway. Every time you see a chicken, they're starving to death.
There's never one that's not gonna.
Yeah, there's not one that's not looking for treats. So you don't know the difference, but all of them are happy and healthy, and then we'll probably still order 20 or 25 more in the spring. I hope to have that camper coop done, and then it doesn't matter because there's room for a couple hundred in that thing to roost, and we'll have them out on pasture, and we'll be good.
No, my phone was dying.
There's no such thing as a full chicken. No, that's
really not.
No, they're always.
They eat scraps too. We feed them scraps. I clean out the refrigerator and it goes to the chickens, and they're just always happy to see me.
One of hers is an Anatolian Shepherd, Great Pyrenees mix. She has a deep, loud bark. See,
It might just be something.
Roscoe had a
Heidi.
deep,
Right.
loud bark, but hers, Heidi's, is very quiet.
It is, yeah.
You can barely
But
hear
she
her at all.
doesn't bark a lot either. It's got to be something
But
going
when
on.
she barks, she takes off running.
Yeah.
She's after something. That's the only time you hear her bark. She's full speed across the pasture going somewhere.
Right.
And then she comes back, no more barking. Do they eat onions? I don't think so. I don't know. Have you ever fed them onions?
If it's in food. Yeah, we
don't
fed them onion cutoffs and the ends and stuff when we chop them. I don't really know if they do. They might take them off. I'm not sure because I'm not sure.
I told you I'm not a how-to channel. I don't know all this stuff. We're learning from y'all. His 2 Pyrenees are loud barkers.
Yeah, I think it's just something to do with her vocals.
She's
very
quiet. You barely hear her.
Mm-hmm.
It's like she's whispering.
Yeah.
But she's big
She
and
runs.
she lets you know. And
yeah,
no more predator issues. So I'll keep her. And she's constantly patrolling. She's awesome.
Yeah.
Onions are toxic to dogs.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
Okay, I don't need to laugh.
Rhett came in and his nose was bleeding. And Daddy had to go check on him.
That's why Daddy disappeared for a minute.
Come here and tell everybody hi.
And I know bleeding.
No, buddy, you're good.
Come here. Come here and tell everybody hi. They want to see your face. Come here.
You want to come say hey?
Just come say hey for real quick.
I gotta go pee.
Okay, go potty real quick.
He can't shake the whole table.
No, he's got to go potty. Okay, so we will throw out onions now because...
Well, we don't feed them to the dogs.
Oh, it says dogs. Okay.
That says dogs. They were
I was
asking
thinking
about
the
feeding them
chickens. Okay, I don't... No, I don't... Well, we don't feed the dogs a lot of scrap. There you are.
They are in... And
Hey, Renee. We were just talking, Mr. Tennessee Mountain Man.
no.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah,
Mr.
you're talking
Jim.
about Chattanooga.
Yeah, Mr. Jim on here is from Chattanooga as well. And we were telling him that you guys that you were originally from there. Come here, Matt.
But Miss Teresa is the one that's in Flagstaff. She's from Georgia. They're driving through and they're actually in Flagstaff right now.
Shake the table.
Driving a truck. So that we got on that subject too. I told them that y'all were on a long trip.
Look, Nene. She said, "Hey, Nate." There's
Pop
Nene's
Nene on here.
name. Say, "Hey, Pop."
No,
Can
Say
you
hey.
see it?
that Nene.
Yeah.
Nene said, "Hey, she's in Arizona with Pop. Tell him hey."
There she is.
Yeah, are you gonna tell her hey?
Tell Nene hey. Tell her I love you.
Uh-oh.
Nene.
Miss Cassie said, hey, Rhett.
Hey, mommy, is that Anna?
Yes.
That Nene?
Nene, yeah.
Hey, Nene.
Say hey, Miss Cassie.
Hey, is this Cassie?
Yes.
You
right
got to
there.
point to each
No,
one.
right there.
Don't touch
Yes.
the computer. Tell her.
Hey,
Look,
Cassie.
wave right here at that light. Wave at it.
Hey, Cassie.
And Miss Terry.
She's the one that got the trough full of corn for you to play in.
When we went to Oklahoma.
You remember the corn trough that you played in all day long? She's the one that got that for you.
Oh,
Yeah. Stop
I'm
moving.
going to take it home.
We're gonna have to give you one for your birthday. I think that'll probably be part of his birthday party this year. Is
Yeah.
I want to take it home.
Everybody's saying hey to Farmer Rhett. Look.
Look on the screen.
And there's Miss Terry. We were talking about you earlier too. We got off on a bacon commercial for Zoe.
Look right here. Look on the
Rhett,
screen.
look right there.
On the computer. Look, it's Miss Terry, Mr. Jim, the Wolf Pack,
And
Miss
that-
Pam.
and
Everybody
Miss-
is telling
Mommy,
you.
stop. Is
Hey.
that Miss Pam?
Yes.
Yes, everybody's saying hey. Say hey, everybody.
Hey, Miss.
Right here at the light.
No. Hey, Pam.
Hey, Miss Cassie says she'll have you one at the next expo. She's gonna have you another trough to play in.
She's gonna have you one in Oklahoma.
No,
That's Miss Cassie.
this
That
one.
one says
That's
that's Nene.
That's Nene and
She
Pop.
said she loves you.
That one.
That's Miss Cassie.
And this one was Cassie.
He's asking about every comment on there.
These are-
He sees everybody's little picture. That's Miss Donna. in
Mom,
the wolf pack.
stop.
Okay, I'm sorry.
There. Who's that one?
That's Mr. Jim right there.
Hey, Jim. Hey, Jim.
Look, wave at the light right
That's
here.
him.
See, look. See, Mama put my finger over it. You can wave at the
Where's
light.
that one?
Yeah, wave at them.
Who's this?
Miss Terry, we made her all the cookies.
She's the one that we sent the cookies
Is
to.
this Miss
Uh-huh.
Terry?
Yeah.
You mean the blue and pink?
The one that had all the M&Ms in it.
That one is Miss Terry.
Uh-huh. Tell her you tried one of those cookies.
Stop.
Oh, she's
Okay,
eating some
look.
of the cheese crackers.
Look.
Zoe's got cheese crackers
I got-
sitting here on the table.
I got some too.
Now go up.
Stop.
Go up,
You
man.
gonna have to. You can't have it on there. He's gonna want to watch stuff.
Hey, turn around and look at the computer. He's fighting with sister over the remote like
She
always.
pulled up YouTube and he's trying to direct her on which channel to go to.
Look, Cassie said bye, Red. She's got to go eat
Tell her
dinner.
bye. Tell her bye.
Bye.
Bye,
Tell her see
Cassie.
you
Thank
next
you for being
time.
with us.
Do I have to say bye to everyone?
You
You
might. They not leaving yet, but Miss Cassie is. She's going to eat supper.
Tell her, okay.
Okay. Bye, Miss Cassie.
She's going to have you another trough.
So tell everybody what you did today. What did you do today? You can't shake that. Baby.
No.
Stop.
I'm sorry.
You're going to knock it off, buddy.
Sit with Daddy.
There we go.
Tell everybody what you did today.
Daddy! Mom's on this side, and you are on this side, and Mama's on
We're backwards,
this
aren't we?
side.
We're
It's
backwards,
opposite,
aren't we?
isn't it?
What
Are
backward?
you going to tell them what you did today?
You have to switch seats.
We have to switch seats. Then we'll be on the other side on the TV.
No, you're on
Look, tell them
this
what
side.
happened to your shirt.
You're
What's all over your shirt?
that's not one.
Tell them what happened.
Look.
They can't see it. Look.
Oh,
my
goodness, look at that.
What happened?
Oh,
They can't hear you. You was bleeding out your nose, he said. He was bleeding out his nose. All right.
He had a spontaneous nosebleed right after the live started. That's why I had to get up and run out.
Huh?
Hey,
Look, tell them what we did today.
Mommy, y'all have to switch seats.
We can't switch seats.
buddy, we can't. Tell them what you did today.
Mom,
Rex,
switch
Tell them
seats.
what you did today.
Mom, you had to
We're running on
switch seats.
adrenaline at this point. We have not had a nap.
He's
Switch
not had a nap.
seats, Mama.
Not till you tell them what we did today.
We did.
Today, what did we do?
We got to church.
We went to church.
Be still, buddy. Hey, be still before you knock the laptop
Okay, you
off,
want to go
please.
play? Miss Pam said, "Did you get a boo boo? Did you get a boo boo?"
Mama, stop. Daddy, stop.
Buddy, I can't let you go. You're going to knock the computer off.
No, yes. Mom,
Okay. Miss Pam said, "Did you get a boo boo?"
don't.
Okay, Daddy.
See, Wolfpack says
No,
Dad nosebleeds all the time as a kid, and so did I, and I guess that's where he got it
Don't put
from.
my-
Here, sit right here.
Don't
Sit
put
right
your.
there.
Don't put your hands.
This
on
is
me.
Rhett on no nap,
Yes, this is.
and he's going to knock the laptop off before he's done.
Sit down. Sit down. You're gonna sit back there.
You cannot knock the
You can't keep
laptop off,
touching.
buddy. Okay, take him in there, let him play. He's
Go watch your
wound
videos.
up.
I'm gonna take the toy out.
You can.
Take the what? He wants to take what?
The toys out.
Ooh, at all the bloopers we would have.
Goodness. You need a bloopers reel. We have a bloopers reel.
We live a bloopers reel.
That's what I edit every week. Bloopers reel. No, we actually did leave a few rep bloopers in every once in a while. How I wish I had some of his energy as an adult. Me too.
Yeah, me too.
So Rhett is my first biological child.
Uh-huh.
And he came along when I was 41 years old. So now he's got Bandit stirred up.
Yeah.
So I don't have the energy to keep up with Rhett. Thankfully, Mackenzie helps with Rhett because I don't have it.
He loves Mackenzie.
Yeah. But he has plenty of it, and he's even worse if he hasn't had a nap. So that's that's Farmer Rhett.
Yeah, that's Farmer Rhett unedited. And you'll be surprised at the stuff you have to cut out. He watches these YouTube channels and he tries to mimic some of them he does his little spiel that he does on the videos.
And y'all need to go ahead and know that his intros and closings and things are not scripted.
Those are all him.
He says what he wants to say on them. Mm-hmm. So sometimes he may be closing out the video and he says back to the show.
Yeah, that's his new thing right now. But is back to the show.
He gets this stuff from other channels.
He does.
And he copies Houston.
Yeah, he loves Houston
from our family. So he always says peace and puts his hand in the camera. Well, I cut that out because that's somebody else's thing. That's their closing. So,
but he does that every single day. He does it
every single time. I cut out the piece at the end because that's Houston's way of closing out our family, and you just don't do that. So he is so precious. Pamela, you can have him.
You can have him. Just come get him. I will pack his clothes.
Oh, he wouldn't go the driveway.
He would not. He wouldn't.
When we went to the Creators Conference, it was the first time. See, when we went to the Homesteading Expo, the kids went with us.
Right.
So the Video Creators Conference was the first time that Rhett had been away from both of us at one time overnight. He's got a duck call. Rhett, take that in there, baby.
Pop Nene said they gonna take you. Come here and show them. You want to show them? Come here.
Oh, gosh.
No?
He's going to knock this off. Y'all will not. Y'all can't take him all the time.
Pop Nene
but that was our first time, both of us being away. I've been overnight for work or something like that. But that was the first time that Zoe and I had both been away. Mm-hmm. And he stayed with his Grammy, and he loved it. But I will be as honest as I can be. Daddy was texting constantly.
Yeah.
Checking up on Rhett.
Every break.
Well, when I've gone out of town for work or something, he was with Mama. I was good. But when he was with Grammy and Mom and Daddy was both gone.
I've only been away from him one time. Thinking of it. When I had surgery. That was the only time I've been away from him overnight. And
so Miss Rhonda loves watching this, and I'm glad you do. We're just kind of faking our way through
it. Yeah. Autumn's 41, and she has a 15-year-old. I can't imagine having to need that much energy.
Well, see, I was 41 with a newborn, and 5-6 months that you were sleeping in here?
Yes, the first 5 months
because of his acid reflux. And then when we finally started putting him down at night, I slept with my head at the foot of the bed so I could hear him. Mm-hmm. I did not sleep much, and I am too old for that.
Well, Rhett sleeps enough for both of us now.
No.
Hey.
No.
Hey.
Buddy, you're going to have to quit. You're going to knock the computer off, okay? You can sit in here, but you got to be still.
Don't touch the computer.
We almost done.
Show them your duck lips.
Show them your duck.
Tell them what's your favorite toy. What's your favorite toy?
This one and
that is not your favorite toys. You don't even know where that's been.
I forgot you even had that. That's not your favorite. Look, Rhett, Miss Rhonda said she is Farmer Rhett's biggest fan.
Well, tell her thank you. Remember what we talked about it? What are you supposed to say?
She said she's your biggest fan. Okay, that's enough of that.
Go with Sissy. Go put the chickens up.
Yeah,
go with Sissy. Go put chickens up.
He gonna help put chickens up.
Make sure there's no eggs, okay?
Yeah. He's steady. I don't think the chicken's gonna like that duck call.
Terry said if I had a farm, I'd probably be stuck in the netting all the time, falling face first into the animal poop. Yeah.
I don't think I've had to edit you falling.
No, but the times that you're not there and I'm trying to crawl over the fence, it's because, I mean, I could just go around and open the fence.
Yeah, but you don't.
I don't, and my feet get all wrapped up in the net a lot.
Yeah.
And
she said she was sleep deprived about 12 years. Well, there's only one. When he starts driving.
Well, Mackenzie's 13, and
Yeah.
she's the girl in the house.
Yeah.
And that's going to make us lose our mind, too.
Wolfpack, yes, we'll be processing more chickens. We're always going to be processing chickens.
We actually have 3 batches left this year.
For this year,
because we have our hardest winter January,
February.
So we'll be done in December.
Yeah.
By December.
Yeah, we've got a batch of red broilers that are on pasture now
Mm-hmm.
that are probably about 3 weeks out from processing. We've got a batch of Cornish cross that are 1 week from going on grass. They're just now 3 weeks. And then we got 100 chicks. Day before yesterday.
Yeah.
Day before yesterday, we got 100 in. That was a mix of different meat breeds. And then we have another batch of 50 Cornish cross coming 1st of October. And that will finish us out for the year. But we're trying to make sure that we fill all our orders. Zoe still has a pretty extensive waiting list. We've got another class that we're wanting to do. So we got to have birds for that.
Plus turkeys.
And yeah, we got our turkeys on pasture too, but she was just asking about chickens.
Right.
So that's all I was talking about. Miss Pamela's got to go. Thank you for being with us, Miss Pamela. We should be wrapping up here in a minute anyway, but I'm glad you always are here.
Yes.
I want to grow some for my dogs, but you know I name them all and can't kill them. We'll see if you do like we do and order them in big batches. You can't come up with that many names anyway.
Right. Yeah. You just pick or call them all the same name, and then it won't matter because you're not sure which one is which.
We don't name, but
no.
Thankfully we've gotten out of that naming. Even our other layers don't have names, but you have so many broilers. Once you get into that, you'll have so many you can't name them all anyway, and they go too quick. You only have them for a couple of months. So.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, if I understand I remember her messaging us about feeding her dogs chickens. I think it was a great way to raise dogs. But that's a lot of dogs.
It is, but if you're doing it yourself, it's more cost effective than purchasing grown out processed chickens. Doing it yourself is definitely the way to go.
Miss Ruby was late.
That's all right. Hey, we're here.
It's always recorded. You can go back and watch it.
That's right.
You always got a chance to do that. I'm just making sure I'm staying on top of these comments. I hate when it scrolls by and I have to roll it back. I don't want to miss anything. I was asking if y'all can dispatch them because I'm a wimp. Absolutely. And I don't think she wanted them fully processed. She just didn't want the dogs to be able to recognize it as a chicken so that they wouldn't eat her chickens or something, I think. If I got that right?
Well, they don't have to be broke. I don't believe that she was wanting them broken down and all that. And like the feet and all would have to be removed because they're not good for them to eat the feet and all without them being dehydrated.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. We read something on that about them being kind of dangerous with the feet if they weren't dehydrated. And Zoe does the dehydrated dog treats, but we have to be really careful that the nails are removed and that they are completely dehydrated so it doesn't show.
Yeah.
If there's any fibers left to it at all, they can be dangerous. So we try to check for that.
Right.
Do you know we are coming up on an hour being on here? That's usually where we try to keep it.
Mhm.
And the other night we went way over because we kept getting questions, but we haven't been on topic not one time.
No topic
it
is
was
a
like
good topic.
2 minutes worth of the topic we were going to try to do, but I would rather have it that way where we're just having a conversation with people.
Mhm.
You know, if it got boring, yeah, I've got something that we were going to try to talk about, but if I can just interact with the people that are watching us,
Mhm.
I'd rather do that anytime. And plus it goes by so quick. I didn't
It
realize we'd been
does.
on here an hour, except for about the 10 minutes you have to fight Rhett.
Yeah.
That gets pretty long because I'm worried he's gonna knock it off.
I'm not sure about the raw feet. I just know that you don't need to bake them or give them because they do splinter. Raw might be fine. I don't see why
I
it
don't
wouldn't
know.
be.
It seems like I was reading something about it, and we just try to be careful with it. Raw may not have anything to do with anything. I don't know.
My favorite thing to dehydrate, the most that I dehydrate really is the
Chicken and
the,
turkey feet.
right. I made pickle
Look,
chips.
don't do that. No, Miss Sam, don't try to dehydrate pickles. So we had raised so many cucumbers and made so many pickles that year, both bread and butter and dill, that we were just running out of things to do with them. We were tired of dealing with them. So Zoe decided to dehydrate some for like pickle chips. That concentrates the salt so much in dill pickles. I promise you it's inedible.
We probably should have just crunched those up and
Hey,
sprinkled them.
there's Jamie from Seven Stands.
Yeah.
Hey, Jamie. You know, we talk about Chuck every once in a while because we follow him on our pigs and try to do things the way that y'all do it. And I'm glad to see you on here. If y'all don't watch them, two of the people that we follow for our pigs and the way we've got them set up in the woods is
The
Jamie.
rotational, yeah.
Yeah, Jamie at Seven Stands Farm and Chuck over at Sheridan Park Farms. They're the experts at raising pigs in the woods, and that's who we go to get our information.
Hey, it's worked so far.
So she said she would watch a video on that dehydrating chicken or
I
duck
did a
feet for
short
dogs.
one time doing the feet, but we could always do a short video.
Yeah, absolutely,
showing how to do
and
that.
That's a great idea. I'm glad you said that, Autumn, because the feet that's the first thing that's popping off there when we're processing, and then we put them in the freezer, and once we get done with all the chickens and get everything packaged and sold, then Zoe goes back and does the cleaning and dehydrating of the feet once the rest of it's over. I would not say experts.
Well, like Nick said earlier, this isn't a how-to channel. I said it's a how we do.
Jamie, ours is definitely not a how-to channel, and I watch how y'all do things and say, hey, that's
mighty fine. And
my next video was trying to move pigs. We're separating our gilts from boars, and that is definitely not a how-to because it did not work out. Back and forth talking is the best way to get to know you.
That's right.
Don, I agree. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I'm prepared to have something to talk about, but I like this a whole lot better when there's people leaving comments and asking questions and telling us where they're from. I love that part.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We used to buy them for our boxer, but we don't have any locally. Well, that is extremely easy to ship.
Yeah.
If you need them,
you get to where you want them.
That's and good gracious, that we saw what they were priced on. Was it Chewy? Chewy.com?
Anywhere.
Golly, they were high. But yeah, now those is something
baby.
that's easy to ship, and we've done that a lot.
Here it comes.
Buddy, you're going to have to quit all that.
Wide open. Yeah, we
you
don't.
Can come in here, but you can't kick the table.
I don't charge a lot because.
No. No, we can't. They can't hear us.
Rhett, stop, son.
All right. Well, I think we're gonna have to wrap up tonight. Dehydrated feed are expensive, so I almost never buy them.
Really? See,
I know that we saw them on the internet, and they're outrageous for what people charge for them.
It is because I mean we have the chickens, and you have to cut the
Take him in
feed
there, let
off.
him play.
So I don't understand. It's why we wouldn't do something with them anyway. And the only thing left it does is take some time, which my dehydrator's always out because I'm always doing something. So
No,
it's just a little
absolutely.
extra time for us, and
Yeah,
put
just
them
don't
in
do
some
the
bags.
pickles.
Yeah. No.
So she said, I watched Country View Acres, and they just put their pigs in the woods. They also process their chickens. They dried the hearts, gizzards, and feet.
Oh, cool. Our hearts and gizzards are
now the hearts.
A local.
A lady gets the liver.
Yes, she gets livers.
The gizzards I refuse to clean.
Yeah.
Just because I can't package and sell that, and it'd be worth my time for cleaning them. But I do have a buddy that takes them, and I just give him all there is.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have somebody that takes the hearts too. So
yeah.
Petland
message
has
me.
them, but they're pricey, especially for a big pack.
Well, if you guys want some of the chicken feet, just message me, and that way when we do process again,
yeah,
I will be happy to work something out with you and ship them to you. And I promise we won't break the bank.
Look,
because
anything about chicken feet, that's just going in the compost pile until we started dehydrating them for the dogs.
Right.
And the last batch we did, the last batch of turkeys, we just kept them all. We kept them and started feeding them to Bandit. We didn't even try to sell them.
No.
But we did have a lot of people buying. We had people buying 6 and 10 packs at a time. But the last ones, we just kept them. Mm-hmm. What about kidneys? All that's just going in the bucket.
Now, if you guys have a use for them, let us know, because we the things that we haven't figured out a use for, we've put in compost.
Yeah.
We have a guy, one of our friends, gets some of the innards for fishing.
Autumn, it's on. Look up Facebook. The farm name on Facebook. That's
Uh-huh.
the easiest way to contact her, and anything like that, she puts them out on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody's saying that the chicken feet were expensive. That just baffles me.
I know.
The chicken feet don't cost you anything but the power of the dehydrator.
Right.
That baffles me that they're expensive.
Because otherwise they would just go to compost.
So Wolfpack, what's your idea on the kidneys? I see we don't do anything with those just because I don't know, but you may have some information I need to know about.
Right.
We want to, just out of respect for the animals we raise, we want to use as much of them as possible.
Right, yeah.
But there's just certain things that go in the compost. And like I said, the gizzards are not worth cleaning, but I do have a guy that likes them, so I just give them all to him without me cleaning them. They just go whole, and he deals with it. Okay, that'll work. She's going to order some meat chickens for her dog. So
yeah.
I would tell you to go on and get them now, because once it started turning cooler,
the cost of raising them
wasn't worth it.
It wasn't, but she's not looking to sell them.
Yeah, so but it's going to be the cost of feeding her dogs is going to be more, because you got to feed them. Once our grass died out and there were no bugs to chase, our feed cost was so high on the broilers that it just wasn't worth me dealing with anymore. We had, seriously, it was like 2 or 3 nights maybe. We're in central Alabama, but we had like 2 or 3 nights of ice, and I had to load all those broilers up in a stock trailer, pull them up to where we had power so I could keep heat lamps on them. My stock trailer's full of shavings,
yeah, and
it just,
you have to clean those out very often.
It definitely was not worth the effort to raise them during the winter. So when our last batch wraps up about December, that'll be it for us until spring.
Right. Miss Terry said, have we thought about making chicken broth with the necks and the scraps of meat? Well, we sell our chickens with the necks.
Yeah. We sell our chickens whole. So
unless they specify otherwise.
I was reading that today, some different people talking about the advantages of parting them out. Well, here in Alabama, the only way I can sell them, unless there's some law I don't know about, but just researching it, the only way we can sell them not being USDA inspected is we have to sell our chickens whole. And we include we leave the necks and all on there. Now, of course, they're processed, they're cleaned out, feeder off, everything's cleaned off.
Ready to cook.
They're ready to cook, unless you don't want to cook the neck and it needs to cut that out. But I leave that in there because people do make stock out of that.
Right, we know a lot of the people here do that.
And if someone is cutting up their own chicken, if they're parting out their own chicken, then they can use the back and the neck and all that for their stock. But absolutely, it's something that we do with our own chickens. But as far as what we can sell, we don't part out our chickens, which that exponentially increases the profit if you can part them yourself. But if we have to take them,
you take on that USDA.
Yeah, if we have to take them somewhere to be parted out, then they've cut it all out.
Jamie says in North Carolina, after state inspection, we can part out and sell them.
See, I've seen Chuck part out his, and I know that they do very well with that.
And I wish we could. I feel like because we're already so fair in our pricing. Our pricing.
It was matching up with a lot of what I was reading today, but where you get $4.50 to $6 a pound for, it's what people were selling for, but ours is $4.50. But anywhere from $4.50 to $6 a pound for a whole bird, then if they parted it out, it's like $10 or $12 a pound for boneless breast. And basically, when you parted it out, that's what everybody wanted. They had trouble selling drumsticks. I would keep the drumsticks for myself if I couldn't sell them. I don't care. But Jamie, I've noticed that North Carolina and Virginia and that area seem to allow a lot more than what we deal with in Alabama. But and I'm gonna have to look into it a little deeper and see if there's any kind of exceptions in there or exemptions or whatever. But for now, the only way we know to be able to do it legally is to sell them whole, frozen, and that's what we have to stick with. Liver, gizzard, kidneys, pretty much anything except the intestines until I'm feeding the whole bird. Usually leave that part. I got you. She's feeding her dogs fresh chicken. So, yeah, I just wouldn't. Well, with only 2, we could probably do that. But if I had that many dogs, my goodness, I'd have to raise all kinds of chickens.
And you could always I guess the raw is good. You could always just cook it up too, so you're not feeding them raw. Like with us having chickens, feeding our dogs raw might not be good because it might put that 2 and 2 together that I'm
well, that's what she was talking about. She wanted them processed so they didn't recognize that they were chickens. Didn't see feathers and feet. But Jamie was saying that they don't have any USDA processors in North Carolina or Virginia. So there used to be one in Alabama. Actually, there were 2.
Yeah.
And I know the most recent one just closed. They were a huge farmstead that sold in all kinds of grocery stores. They had this huge high-tech plant, but they have closed that down. And I think the closest thing I found where you could get them processed was in Georgia. And if I've got to drive them to Georgia, pay for processing, and bring them back, I've cut all my profit out of it. So it just was not worth it. She's a canine nutritionist. If you have any questions,
and I might message her about some stuff with Bandit.
Ruby, I have no idea how we would be able to ship chicken to Michigan.
It might not be cost effective for either one of us because it would have to stay frozen.
Yeah, with us having, I don't know if you can sell it across state lines anyway. I don't know how that works.
We'll have to look into that.
We're just trying to stay late, but I promise you that you do have someone locally in Michigan that is selling fresh chicken or processed pasture raised chicken. because it's becoming more and more
It is.
popular.
Mhm.
And that is one of the main reasons why we have a waiting list all the time. Is our first batch, we gave away 25 chickens.
Mhm.
We got a batch of 25 chickens. We had done a batch for ourselves for our freezer, and we decided, you know what, we're going to raise this other batch and we're going to sample them out. And we gave them to people at church and family and friends just to let people try them, because I was one of these people that said there can't be that much difference.
Right.
And I was terribly wrong on flavor, texture, and everything. I was wrong on every aspect of what that chicken would be like.
Yeah, you left to go out of town, out of state. You went to, where'd you go? St. Louis.
Yeah.
And right after we had processed it, and while he was gone, I roasted a chicken. And my goodness, I messaged him and I said, as soon as you get back, we're roasting another one, because we've already been, me and the kids went through that one that fast.
Yeah, because you could clean the carcass like you would a turkey and used it for the next week for everything. Buddy, you got to quit now. What? Hey. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down, Red.
Hey, don't mess with it.
Zoe, you're going to have to get that notification off there. I couldn't see her question. No. Nope. Natural grandma. Grandma. I have not seen that.
We'll have to look at it.
No. Mac, take him in his room. Let him play.
Yes, sir.
Please. He is wound tight.
Hey, do you want some dinner?
Yes.
Okay.
He
so
is
get on the
wound
bed,
tight.
and I will come get you in just a minute.
Pizza.
You want some pizza? Okay.
Y'all, you see the real Farmer Red, especially when he has not had a nap.
Yeah.
Haven't had a chicken with any taste in years. See, Ruby, that was I didn't realize that I didn't.
I have not bought chicken in the store in over a year.
My dad kept telling me, he said, you have no idea what chicken tastes like. Chicken you buy in the store tastes like however you season it. That's the only flavor it has. And that I've discovered. And with the red broilers, we got a little better flavor, but we gave up some on our texture. Mm-hmm. So they're really good for I was low, not okay slow. With that.
They're good for low, slow.
Yeah.
Crock pot.
So he said Chattanooga processes lots of chickens. They come in by 18-wheeler load.
And they're flying.
Yeah, but are those like pasture raised, or is that commercial broilers? Because the commercial broilers are the same breed we're raising. They're just kept in a cage, so they don't have any flavor. Mm-hmm. And that I'm telling you, I didn't believe there was a difference either, but there is. What chickens do y'all recommend to order for what you're doing? I would say Cornish Cross. Mm-hmm. That's the least expensive option, and typically, I think when I order Cornish Cross, they're somewhere, depending on time of year, they're $1.60 to $1.80 for a chick each, and then it's just based on how you feed them. We do feed ours feed every day. It's locally mixed feed, but they're on grass all the time.
And we do think that, getting all males, they're going to grow.
They're going to grow faster.
Yeah, they'll be bigger.
But Ruby, you need to find a farm that's local. I don't know, number one, what the logistics would be of getting it to you, or if it's even legal for me to do that. But there's somebody around you that's growing them, and you need to try.
Like, we have a local Facebook page for our city, a local page, and you could probably get on there. Like ours is What's Happening in Clanton. Mm-hmm. So you could probably look in your local city Facebook page and just ask if anyone raises farm to table chickens, and then maybe get with them to.
Yeah.
If not, somebody knows somebody who does.
So, Donna, what is natural grandma? I saw it. Yeah, I didn't want to be ignoring her. We got off on it. I can talk chickens all day long. And I hope as soon as my girls farrow, I'll be able to do the same thing with pigs.
Yes.
Because
We
then
have really enjoyed raising these.
Jamie, you can
hogs.
expect some questions too when that time comes because
We're
it's coming
almost
soon.
there.
If we've got our dates figured right, we're somewhere around the end of this month.
3 weeks,
And
3 months, 3 weeks, 3 days is September 28th.
As Chuck says, I've been sending him pictures of them. Form to dog bone chicken. Well, you need to try some of it too, Wolfpack. I mean, it's definitely worth the effort.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention the fact that I know where it's come from, and I know it's not shot full of anything. I know exactly where it's been from the time that chick was a day old till processing. I know exactly what happened. Farm of 2,000 chickens. Because her husband fell and broke
But they are having to get out because her husband fell and broke his leg in 2 places.
They make natural grandma chicken tractors.
Oh.
See, I'm looking for more chicken tractors because I told Zoe today as we drove by, I said, we need 4 or 5 more tractors out there right now because of the number of birds. That's the kind of waiting list that's out there. I should so I can get over myself.
You should come and do a processing with us.
Wolfpack, you can
You're not
get
that
in
far away.
You can get in on the next processing class because we've got to do another one. We had too many people ask. So when we do our next chicken processing class, come out, try it. You get to take the chicken home that you processed. You can eat that one and see what you think. He's got 3 pigs to farrow in about 3 weeks.
So we're about the same timeline.
We just separated them, trying to get everything set up. Well, we separated 3 of the 4. Mm-hmm. One of them was not interested. She was ready to get in the shade, and she was ignoring us. So
no amount of food was getting her moved.
There was just enough food on the ground to where she ignored the bucket. And that'll be on the video that goes out tomorrow. I want to raise meat lamb, but I know I'm going. Yeah, I don't know that I could raise the sheep for meat. I don't know. Maybe I might could. I don't know.
I don't know about lamb.
I have no idea.
She said, "Oh, I processed some and hated it, but we didn't have a nice setup. We were boiling feathers off."
No, now we do. You do put them in a scalding pot to get them to loosen up, but you put them in a plucker. I wouldn't do all that. No.
Yeah, if it's too hard, then yes, it's not gonna.
Just be Wolfpack. Be watching for the next class. You can come out. Look, it's a great time of fellowship anyway with people that are thinking the same way you are. You may be able to teach some people things because I know they're looking for chicken to feed themselves. But if you're talking about being able to feed their animals with them, that may be something that you get to catch on. So I know that when we've had, if I have a chicken that's, when I process it, if I see bruised thigh, typically we won't take them out for a broken wing because we do have people that actually request, hey, I want chickens that are discounted because of this or that, whatever.
Because they know nothing's wrong with them.
But if I see bruises on them, whether it was in handling or processing, or it may have been an injury while we were growing them, those are going to the compost pile. I've tried them with the pigs and they wouldn't have anything to do with them. I mean, we processed the thing. I just wasn't going to sell it to a customer. Yeah, the pigs wouldn't. They just.
That might be something she would be interested in.
They ignored it.
It's nothing wrong with them. It's just got a bruise from being bumped or stepped on, or
could be.
That might be something we could work out with Wolfpack.
We'll have to talk about that.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're going to wrap up for tonight. We've got to feed Rhett. I think it's awesome. We lasted another hour and 20 minutes, and it's just strictly talking. I have not had to go to my notes here of stuff that I wanted to make sure that I had available so I could think of something to talk about if everybody was quiet. But so far, nobody's gotten on here and been quiet. They've been asking questions and talking, and it's just a conversation.
I wish we could see who was here instead of just numbers, because then we could.
Yeah, the only time we see the only time we see you is if you comment or you hit the like. And I want you to hit the like anyway.
Yeah.
But if you leave a comment and I can actually answer you, that's the only time I know who's here. So
Right.
I'm sure there's somebody here that that I didn't even say hello to because I can't see who's here.
So you guys be watching for our video tomorrow. It should have come out today, but we had to film today.
Yeah, because the moving pigs thing did not go as planned, which is included, but you don't have a
Yeah.
whole lot of video if the pigs just ignore you.
That's right.
So
we'll have it out tomorrow.
good night, Miss Ruby and Autumn. I'm glad you joined us.
Yeah.
It's good to see Jamie from Seven Stands, somebody that we watch ourselves.
And Cassie was here earlier.
Cassie was here from Walker Farm Family. Miss Terry, who, if you were here earlier in the live, was the one that we shipped all the goodies to for that Zoe made that Jason was talking about on his channel. That's who they went to. So
yeah.
Guys, please be watching so you can join us next time. We really enjoy it, and I love talking to y'all and getting to interact with the people that are helping grow our channel, and we appreciate you supporting us. We're praying for you, and we love you. Thank you.
Bye, y'all.